Let's get to phase 2 right now so you guys get more excited. Shall we? Now, phase 2 will have a lot of new projects to be announced. Starting with the film that was recently announced before, Ronin, Lords of Darkness, which kicks off phase 2. And now, the next film will be a bloody hellfire film that you guys won't expect. But unlike all my other films that are PG-13, this next film will be rated R. And that film is Part-Time Killer, the first ever R-rated film in the Lightstone cinematic universe. The next movie I'd like to announce to you all is an official Kalo and Gina spin-off movie titled The Rosie Movie, releasing March 14, 2025. The Rosie movie will focus on Rosie, Lily, and Gab. The main villain of the movie will be none other than Little Bill Glover. But I'll get to more of that another time. The next movie that will be releasing on April 11, 2025, is the third and final film of the Saviors franchise titled The Saviors, Heroes Forever, the movie that will end off the Saviors trilogy for good. The next film is the film I bet you guys will love. The next film of the panel is the sequel to the Powerpuff Girls, Standing Together titled The Powerpuff Girls, Powerpuff's Rise. The next film is the film I was actually planning to make as a TV show back in 2023, but then turned it into a film instead to make it cooler. The film is titled Space Fury. Coming up next on July 11, 2025, is Scott's Prodigy Order, the long-awaited final Plotagon film of the Plotagon film franchise. Now, the next film that will be announced is a film that will be made entirely on Vyond Studio. The film will focus on me and Diego in that film. The film is titled The Powerful Fighters, a standalone sequel to The Saviors, Heroes Forever. Coming up next is the Dead Politics films titled The Dead Politics and its sequel, The Dead Politics, The Final War, releasing on September and October 2025. Now, those next movies, boy, you are going to love them that your hearts would explode when I show you guys these next films. These are the films that will closely end off Phase 2, and they will be the greatest films of all time in all of 2025. So let's get to showing both of these films, shall we? Holy moly! Wow, thank you all for your reactions. Yes, that is right, The Defenders 4, A New Resistance releases on November 14, 2025, and the fifth and final film, The Defenders 5, A Story's End releases a month later on December 19, 2025. I will be sharing some concept art later on after this, and now, we get to the final movie that will bring Phase 2 to a close. And that film is none other than The Pink King Movie 3, the final chapter, the third and final film of the Pink King film trilogy, which releases on January 9, 2026. And that will mark the end of the Lightstone cinematic universe Phase 2, going ahead to the next phase.